When I think of this past year, I'm a bit overwhelmed a little bit, just about all the things that's happened. If you guys have kept up with the podcast that we've been releasing on this channel for pretty much the whole year, we've done 2 seasons this past year. Me and my brother have talked a lot about a bunch of different topics, but you've heard here and there on this channel that me and my wife have moved to Virginia Beach, and the reason for that is because she is continuing her education in a doctorate program in psychology. And me and my wife just decided that when she finished her undergrad, that if she got accepted to a graduate or a master's program, that we were gonna take it and we were gonna do whatever we needed to do to continue working towards her goal. And honestly, that has put a lot of questions in my mind about, we've been working on this channel, we've been working on this company, WiseWorks, for a while now. And both me and my brother, we spent a lot of time. And so it raised a lot of questions when we were moving here. And I was going to be moving away from where my brother lives. And he wasn't in a position to move with us. I asked myself, how are we going to do this? How are we going to keep creating and moving forward and growing this business when a lot of my time, a lot of my attention is going to be for the rest of the year on just trying to get us settled and getting us into this new area? Something that I've heard recently was that if you spend your life working as hard as you can to see other people's dreams come into reality, then in the process, when you come to the end of that road, you'll see that your dreams simultaneously came to reality, and that you should always put other people in front of your own ambitions and your own hopes and goals, because ultimately it doesn't pay off to be selfish. It doesn't pay off to not be focused on the lives of other people, because naturally I think we work hard to make our own dreams and goals come true, but we don't put forth energy to help other people. And that's something that I want my personal legacy to be, to see that yes, I spent my life working on a company to grow an entertainment business, but more importantly, I invested in people. And I invested in other people's dreams and other people's goals. And in the process, I got to see my own goals come to life. And if I can't do that for my own wife, then I'm a super hypocritical guy. And then moving here, it was like changing everything I knew about life. I mean, up to this point, every single job that I've had through a connection. I can reach out to someone I've known for a while and say, hey, could you give me a connection, or could you get me connected with this business person, or maybe you're a business person, maybe I could work for you. I don't have anybody to reach out to. I don't have any friends or family. I don't have anybody in the near vicinity that could help me have a starting point. And I had the opportunity to reach out to a couple companies and doing video work, and interviewed with them. I think it was like 3 different positions since living here, and I got up to the right end of finish an interview, and then they said they decided to go with someone else, and it was a bit hard, I guess, for me to go through this process, not just with video jobs, but other jobs as well, and just see not a lot of progress being made. And we didn't have any friends, and so it was just us. And it's exciting, and it's sad, and there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stress that comes along with that. although it's a lot of work and it's a long process, I don't think it was wrong. I don't think it's been a wrong move. We are here, and it's the end of the year. She's already finished her first semester in this doctoral program for psychology, her dream, her biggest goal. With me, it's a little bit, it was a struggle to get going. It was a struggle to find work, and it was a struggle for me to feel like I have a place in this city. And rightfully so. It's always hard, I'm sure, for anybody who just uproots and puts themselves in a new city. It takes time to get integrated into a new location. But we haven't sunk, and we are in the process of learning how to thrive here. But it's been good. It's been a crazy year, and I'm sure, as thinking about it from the perspective of WiseWorks, really what we've been focusing on is just the podcast, because that's something that it doesn't take a whole lot of work, but we can make sure it's consistent. And so me and my brother, we've been working hard on the podcast, and my brother, being a part of WiseWorks, very involved this year, even more than he was last year. It's been huge to be able to rely on someone else, to be able to rely on my brother and say, okay, now we're in this process together. It's not just me. And I've mentioned before, I started WiseWorks, starting with a name and a vision and a goal since 2014, the end of 2014. It's officially started. And since then, till about the middle of last year, I was kind of carrying it myself. I was kind of making short films, making videos online, making all kinds of different stuff, doing videos under the WiseWorks name for businesses, for companies. I still see very clearly what the goal is. I want to make films. I want to be creative and make media. And I'm every day thinking about, how are we going to reach those goals? And I'm thankful coming to the end of this year that I can say, how are we working to reach those goals, and not how am I working to reach those goals. It's a beautiful thing to have someone who's invested, and I'm lucky enough that my own brother is interested in the same thing I am, and that we can work together on this. It's not always easy, and life doesn't turn out, even in short term, the way you think you can predict. But that doesn't mean you can't learn to roll with the punches, to roll with where life takes you. I'm thankful at the end of this year, looking back at all the crazy, stressful, intense, scary experiences that I've had, and me and my wife have, and even me and my brother have had with this company. I'm thankful that I was able to experience it and able to work through it. And I know I'm going into this year knowing and being confident that 2020 is going to be the best year up to this point for WiseWorks. And it's going to be the best year up to this point with my relationships with friends, with my relationship with my wife and my brother. It's going to be a great year. And I know if you guys just keep your chin up and know that life is hard, but you're not defined by life being hard, you're defined by how you work through the hardship, then it's going to be a great year for you guys as well. I really, really, really appreciate you guys staying connected. We've grown the channel, we've grown our audience this year. You guys staying engaged with the podcast, it's awesome, and I'm very thankful. I appreciate all that you guys do for us and supporting us and watching our videos, and I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year celebration.